Hello, Star Master. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Alita. My books are kind of everywhere else in this room and out there. I have been going back and forth about making this video, but clearly, here we are. We're doing this. I want to participate in Orillium again this year because it was so much fun last year, and now I'm gonna get a promotion. Let's talk about it. Last year, I think I was an elf mage. I know I was a mage because based on the summary of your job, I felt like a mage is more of a calling and it's all about the magic, and kind of reminded me of my career as a teacher. So this year, I'm not 100% sure if I was an elf or not, but I'm going with it. I'm just gonna pretend that I already did that. This year, Orillium is this readathon that is put on by G over at Book Roast. I'll link her channel up here over there. But basically it takes all of April, maybe August too, I don't remember, but April for sure. And you get different prompts based on whatever career you picked. And it's this big giant thing that I'm not going to get into, but like I said, go check out her channel because it's this really epic world. And I'm not a fantasy person, but for this, I will be. So, Orillium Academy. Star Whisperer. Like I said, last year I was a mage. The cosmos speak to all of us, but it takes true skill and insight to listen back. Star Whisperers are mages. I'm already a mage, so I might as well just go with the next step, right? Who act as receivers of celestial messages. They master the craft of tuning out the world, calming the mind, and listening to the messages from the stars. These messages are sent every day, but collecting them is only the first step in this calling. Practiced star whisperers can speak to the cosmos. They often seek advice, insight, and critique from above. Some prefer to use their craft for more generalized purposes, but some focus on one-on-one readings, where a mage can pay a star whisperer to read their charts for interception. During the lunar alignment, the star whisperer guide gathers in order to speculate on upcoming events. They compare snippets of their own readings and convey an important message to archmages. After the most intense part of the gathering, a celestial party of 2 knights follows. This is rumored to be a truly trippy and unique endeavor, and is envied by many others in the seer communities. Specific details of what unfolds of these parties are kept a mystery, which could have given me a video idea maybe. One occupational hazard worth noting is the potential for sleepless nights. I am very much an insomniac, so that's okay. Overstimulation from the otherworldly whispers is not for the faint-hearted. It is one thing to master calming your mind from your own thoughts, but another to mute celestial messages. But with appropriate training, it is possible. To be successful in this field will require precision, unbiased reporting, knowledge of current events, and knowledge of people. The biggest hurdle is misinterpretation, but whilst initially filled with skepticism and mistrust with each correct prediction, insightful chart, or important revelation, the reputation of a star whisperer grows. This year we have our Orillium adventure where you get to pick one each month and you're supposed to read a book to kind of go along with that adventure. But I meant to do this and then I forgot, and we're 4 months into the year now. So I'm going to start at the very beginning, and I feel like there could be like a reading vlog where I just pick all these books. So I have to start here, and these are my 2 choices. Then based on which one I pick, then I have 2 choices and 2 choices, and then they kind of converge at a couple of different spots. But let's just play, but I'm not really gonna read the books. So adventure, a year of choices. You are stuck in a dungeon and need to get out. You rely on your strength or rely on your wits. So if you rely on your strength, you're gonna read a physical book. If you rely on your wits, you're gonna listen to an audiobook. Then let's pretend that I read a physical book. Then turn left. Manipulate a boulder to crash through a wall, or go towards and fight an animated gargoyle. So if I turn left and manipulate a boulder, I have to read a book 100 pages longer than your average. Or if I go up against the gargoyle, then I read a book with non-human main characters or non-human characters. So then after that, you know, you have your next set of choices, and then you get some kind of bonus or something down here. It tells you a little bit more about yourself. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm really excited for this. So this one's gonna be incorporated somehow, but we're not really talking about it any more than this for this video. Now, I do want to say that I have a majorly huge TBR. I'll leave it up here, like linked up above, so please go check out my April TBR. But April is my birthday month, and to celebrate, I let a lot of other people pick my TBR. I think I only got to pick one book. Did I get to pick a book? I don't know. I picked my cards that have other people picking my TBR, and then I got a little cray-cray, and instead of picking my 5 books, because I normally only take 5 turns, I think I took 11 turns and picked like 16 books because a couple of them had extra books. It was nonsense and fun. So go check out that vlog or that TBR video. I'm not going to go over that TBR with you here, but I am going to try to get as many of those books on this TBR so that I don't have to pick like a gajillion books. I mean, half a gajillion is enough, right? I think I have like 15 or 16 books on my TBR for April, so why not, you know, add to the madness, add to the insanity. So, anyways, let's go see what courses the Star Whisperer needs. Star Whisperer Spring Equinox. Okay, so there's a spring and an autumn. So the autumn one is in August. The spring equinox is now. So, Arts of Illusion. See what that means. Arts of Illusion. Shadow play. So, I'm going to tell you the name of the course, which is Art of Illusion, the course focus, which is Shadow Play, and reading prompt, word game or play in the title. I don't even know, game or play. Ooh, I feel like this one's going to be a tough one for me. Our first one is not one that I could just simply take off of my already huge TBR. Of course not. No, I had to get another book. And I don't have any physical books on my physical TBR that counts for this as she looks more. So I am putting an audiobook on here. I'm putting Game On by E.M. Moore, which is the first in the Rockport's Harbor. That's wrong. It's this book, but it's basically about this girl who is trying to she says she plays basketball and she's new to like this prep school thing, and she's trying to get onto the boys team, and it says that it contains mature themes, so part of me thinks that it might be like new adult smutty romance, but I don't know for sure. So I guess that will be our first book for Art of Illusion. Then we have Astronomy, of course, because I'm the Star Whisperer. So Astronomy is, we're going to be learning about constellations. And, I have no idea what I'm going to do for this one. It is a zodiac recommendation, so a book I should read because I'm in Aries. That took far longer than I meant for it to. I have two options here, and you know what? You're just gonna give me this one. You're gonna let me choose between these two in the moment when I'm reading one of them. Maybe both. No, I'm not going to read both. I'm going to read one or the other. So the first one is a little bit of astrology, an introduction to the zodiac. I recently bought this. It's really short. It's all about the different zodiacs. So I'm going to count that. Or I went to see who else is an Aries, like as far as authors go. And unfortunately, none of the books that are already on my TBR, count for that. I also went to like recommendations, but none of the ones that were recommended to me just sounded that good. And this one I physically own. So Robert Frost was born in April. He was also an Aries. And this is like such a beautiful book with all the beautiful illustrations and the poetry and everything like that. I've flipped through this and I've read several of the poems, but I would sit down and reread like the ones that I've already read, and just look at it. It's gorgeous. However, reading poetry takes a whole nother brain power that if I have it in April at some point, in addition to like celebrating my birthday and life and stuff, then I will also read this. So it will be one of these. I don't know which one yet. Part of me really wants to just knock this Robert Frost book out because I love poetry. But at the same time, like I said, it takes a lot of brain power, and it also is something that I like to sit with. I don't like to just rush through my poetry. I like to like marinate with it. So I'm not sure which one of these it will be, but it will be one of those. Then the next course is inscription. Let's see what inscription is. Practical typography. Write down 3 titles, fold it, then pick one. Okay. So for this one, I think I am just going to pick books that are already on my TBR. Okay, fine. I'll do 2 books that are already on my TBR and a book that is on my shelf that I would like to get to, but isn't technically on my TBR. Does that make sense? So there will be 2. If I get either of those ones, it's already on my TBR. It's not adding anything. But there is that chance of me picking that one that is on my TBR shelf that's not actually on my April TBR though. Okay, so if you haven't seen my TBR, 2 of these are on it and one of them is not. I have the papers here and I've been like mixing them up. They are actually sticky notes, so they can't be opened. I don't know what they are because I actually left the room and came back and had a conversation with my brother-in-law and my husband. So I really don't know where these are, but I'm going to show you what books they could be. So the first one that is on my TBR for April, regardless of if I get it for this or not, is Murder Road by Simone St. James, who usually writes like thriller horror novels. Her novels are very creepy, and this one takes place in July of 1995, and this couple picks up a hitchhiker, and I don't know what happens after that because I don't want to know. But there's that one. The other one that is already on my TBR is Kill Creek by Scott Thomas, which is a literary horror novel that I have previously DNF'd. And if I don't like it, I will permanently DNF it. I was trying not to DNF any of the 101 horror novels you must read before you're murdered, which is the series that I have started on my channel. It's like, are you afraid of ghosts? Are you afraid of haunted houses? It's the Are You Afraid series. This was one of the books I was supposed to read, but because I had previously DNF'd it, I was like, no, I'm not going to read it. I kind of just want to give it one more shot. It's already on April's TBR, so there's that. And then since I have a lot of heavy stuff on my April TBR because, like I said, I had zero control over it. A lot of my family that got to picked scary, creepy, very heavy content. So I wouldn't mind having like a feel-good romance in the mix because it would just be better. So I have The Fixer Upper by Lauren Forsyth. This follows this woman, Allie, who It says Allie has a knack for turning her boyfriend's lives around, a skill that hasn't benefited her until now. So basically I'm not entirely sure, but she opens up this business where she can fix your man so that you don't have to, and then when she returns him to you, he's like the dream boat guy or whatever. This would be nice because it's short and it's like hopefully just a nice fun rom-com. I'm gonna mix these up for another moment, but like I said, I really don't know what they are. I kind of would rather have one that's already on my TBR, as my TBR is massive in April. Okay, I know I don't know what they are, but let's pick this one, okay? Let's see what this one says. There you go. Oh, you can't even read it, but it says Kill Creek. So it was one that was already on my TBR, so this one is now on the Magical Readathon TBR as well. Next course is lore. So let's see what that means for my syllabus. Lore. Lore. Interrupted. Reread the Legend of Dia. I think it's just like this short story that I'm gonna have to read. And my last required class is Psionics and Divination, which is Clarenstein's 2 Prediction Bingo. Prediction Bingo? I have to go research that one too. Okay, so for Prediction Bingo, I just have to pick a book that I'm going to be reading. I'm not going to pick it in this video, but basically I just make like this prediction bingo, like, and you can make 3 by 3, 4 by 4, 5 by 5 boxes, depending on how many predictions you want to make. And you just put in your predictions for the book as you're reading them, as you're reading it. And if you make a bingo, then you're supposed to reward yourself by like buying a book or, you know, having a self-care day or something. So these are the new books that I have to read, along with that audiobook. Thank you for hanging out with me. This is my TBR for Magical Readathon, Orillium. It's not too bad, and my audiobook, I really thought it would be really, really bad, but I mean, it is extra books on my TBR. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, or I will use the starry powers within me to curse you. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!